Hey everyone, welcome back to a new vlog. Today we're gonna be working on a DIY project. I have to finish the trim in the kitchen. Well, I say finish, I gotta work on it. I haven't even started. We got the new window and the new sliding glass door put in, and then I just ran out of time. We've had so much going on. We had Thanksgiving, soccer, jiu-jitsu practice, like we've just had so much happening, and then my birthday, and I just haven't really made it a priority to work on that. I've just been trying to focus on other things that are more important than like the cosmetic touches of the house, but today's the day. I just got done with Lowe's. I spent $130, but to trim out both the sliding glass door and the kitchen window, I feel like that's a great price, and I got good quality wood. I didn't buy like that particle board crap that swells when it gets wet, because like we know Florida has a lot of moisture, so I got the good stuff, and I think that it's going to make a difference. It's gonna look really good. So yeah, I'm excited to get started on that, but I'm first gonna run to Publix. I gotta grab my prescription, and then yeah, that's pretty much it, and head home and we're gonna get busy. So let's go. Okay, so one of the first things I need to do is actually move the coffee bar. For now, I'm actually just gonna put it right here by the kitchen island just to kind of clear up some space so I have room to put up the trim. And if you haven't noticed yet, I keep having to move the coffee pot over here because we don't have an outlet over there yet. Dylan's supposed to put one in, but we have to actually run the outlet from way over here through the cabinets and then back over here somehow. And so it's gonna be that's the project. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and just move the coffee bar out of the way to get ready to work on the trim. Before I get going, here is just a quick overview of what it looks like with no trim. So you can see what a big difference this makes. It really does dress up the windows so much, and the door obviously too. It's crazy what trim can do for a space. It really is. And I think this is gonna make it look a little bit more complete and finished and not so like blah. So I'm really excited. First step, I'm gonna go ahead and get some measurements. I am gonna write them down on a notebook. That way I don't have to keep coming back in here to remeasure every single time. So measure twice, write it down once, cut once. That's the way we're gonna do it. Also, I'm gonna have to like finagle the trim a little bit because I did realize that I may have bought the wrong sizes, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it work, I always do. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna draw a door and then a window. That way when I write down my measurements, I know like which side's what. It's a little crooked. Over here, it's actually a little smaller. Hold a little better. I don't know if that helped at all. But this one from here to here is 78. That one over there is 78 and a quarter, like a little bit more than a quarter. Oops, sorry. Well, you're in the worst spot you could possibly be. That'll work. So we got 3.5. One of the greatest things about being a content creator is being able to work for myself. I absolutely love what I do. I share that with you guys all the time. This is a dream job, it truly is. But it does come with a little bit of struggles when I am working by myself, having to move the tripods a lot. So in my opinion, it's great to always have multiple options. And today's video is sponsored by Ulanzi. They have been a game changer for my content creation. I use them daily. They are seriously the best tripods ever, so I'm going to share a little bit about those with you guys today. Today's video is sponsored by Ulanzi. I am going to share with you guys 3 different tripods today. I'm going to tell you why I like each one individually and then which one is my favorite as a content creator. However, if you're not a content creator, not to worry. Tripods are great to have on hand, in my opinion, for like big family photos or like even those candid photo moments. As a mom, I know that we don't always get the best photos with our kids or with our family. Like, we're always capturing all the moments ourselves. So having a tripod to set up and capture some pictures is such a great way to capture those memories and to look back and not just see like an up-close selfie style photo. I think having a good tripod is essential, in my opinion. So whether you're buying it for a gift or for a friend, family member who's wanting to get their channel started, these are a great start for content creation. So let's dive right in. Starting off with the Ulanzi MA30 mini magnetic tripod. So this one is a smaller tripod, but this is perfect for on the go. I love that it has a little clip here. You can actually clip that to your belt loop, your purse, the diaper bag, whatever, and you don't have to sit there and dig through your purse anymore to find a tripod. Plus, it's super convenient with the magnetic ring. It comes with one as well that you put on the back of your phone, and you don't have to fiddle with the little phone holder. You just clip it on within seconds, and it is a strong magnet. Like, you're not gonna have to worry about your phone flying off at all. So I like that. And the little legs actually fold in, making it even more compact, so that's great. But they do open up into a little mini tripod, or you can keep it folded in and just use it as a selfie stick. So either way, it is super nice. I really like this one a lot. Next up, I have the T88 overhead tripod. Now, this one is perfect if you're doing unboxing videos, cooking videos, even cleaning content. If you want a good overhead shot, this is the tripod that you're gonna wanna grab. First of all, it looks great, it's sleek, it's, you know, it actually gets pretty small too, so you can store it away well. It does have the magnetic ring, so you can use that right like that, or you can even open this up and just use it with any device that you want. And the little tripod part opens up really easily, and it has a mantis little clip here that actually clips to the back of the door, so you're gonna get those perfect overhead shots every single time. And it even has a built-in Bluetooth, so you can snap photos if needed. I saved the best for last. This is the TT23 Auto Selfie Tracking Tripod. Now, this one is a lot fancier than the other two, but this is my favorite and just one that you have to have if you're a content creator, or like I said, a busy mom chasing around your toddlers. You're gonna wanna have this. So it does have the selfie tracking camera here. It auto tracks your face, so that way you never miss the shot. It does have a little remote that it comes with that clips right here. And check this out, you push this button and it pops out. You don't even have to like do any crazy setup. It does extend very tall, but wait till you see this. So I have my phone set up here on the tripod. I have my little remote and I can hit record, okay? And then as I walk, it is going to track my face and follow me as I go. So it's like having a personal assistant without having one. So if you're filming like a tour video, or maybe even like cleaning or something like that, this is gonna be great to have. So you can see it just follows me around. I love it so much. And this is also perfect. Doesn't just have to be for recording, for like content. You can even use this as a great photography tool. So if you're someone who does like, I don't know, fashion videos or even photos, you can just stand back, hold your remote, and take a quick photo just like that. And it is perfect to have. Great tripod. This is actually my all-time favorite. Also, a great feature is the handle here. I really like this. It has all of your buttons, but it also makes it really convenient to be able to get like a really smooth shot whenever you're filming. It just gives you like a really good handle on the tripod. So overall, I love this one. This one is my favorite. I like all of them for different reasons, but if you're looking to buy one as like a starting out content creator, you're gonna love the tracking that this one does. It also has the option to rotate this however you want, 360-degree tracking, and yeah, I really enjoy all of their tripods. So if you're interested, I will have the links down below. And once again, thank you, Ulanzi, for sponsoring today's video.
Okay, back into the trim project. There was some tape I had up around the door I needed to peel off, and I also needed to pull the old trim down. My dad and I ended up having to foam a lot of the gaps and cracks because this new door did not fit the same as the old door, which is totally fine. It was to be expected, but it was a pretty large gap there, so we foamed it really well. And in order to get all the trim to work, I actually had to shave down some of that foam and then, like I said, remove the old trim work out of the way. Also, I am so sorry for my clogged nose voice. And this sounds horrible, I know, but at the end of the day, I still have a job to do and I don't want to stop. I am such a workaholic. It's ridiculous. It really is. But, you know, that's just what makes me me at the end of the day. So yeah, I got all of the trim boards cut down at this point for the inside casing, and this is the part where I'm going to work on the top trim board. Now, this is the exact same design I used inside the new edition, and I loved it. It's a very craftsman style trim. Basically, all you're doing is taking a 1x3, a 1x1, and you're going to put a 1x1 on top of the 1x3 and a 1x1 on the bottom, and then you're going to use a 1x2 on top of that. So you're just going to kind of create like a layered cake effect, you know? And it turns out so beautiful, especially once it's like up. It looks so professional. And then when it's all in place is when you're going to caulk and fill all the seams and like all the nail holes. Trust me, it's going to look like a professional did your trim work. This is actually really easy, and it's a really affordable project to do to update your home. If your home is feeling outdated or you just need a refresh, adding some fresh new trim will make a huge difference.
Alright, it's done. It looks so much better. I love it. Good morning. It is a brand new day. I'm going to work on the trim around the kitchen window today. I was supposed to finish it up a couple days ago and over the weekend, but unfortunately I ended up getting like a terrible cold or something. I had a fever for like 2 days. I've been laid up in bed all weekend, and I'm actually feeling really good today, except for like my voice and my nose is clogged up. But it ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna get this done. I already have the saw set up. I have the wood still in the back of my truck, so I'm hopefully gonna knock this project out pretty quick. I may have to run to Lowe's to grab 2 pieces of trim, because I did realize that the window casing around this window is a lot thinner than this one, and I don't know if the wood that I got is gonna work. I'm gonna try and see if I can make it happen, but if not, no big deal. We'll make a quick trip and wrap this project up. I'm really excited. It's turning out really great. I still have a lot of like finishing touch work to do, like all the caulking and painting and things like that, but that stuff's not too bad. It's really the hardest part when it comes to projects is just getting started. So once you get started and you get it done, all the finishing touches come pretty quick. So but anyway, let me stop chatting and let's get going. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to make a trip to Lowe's. This is actually the size of the wood that I need. These are, hold on, let me read it to you. These are the 1x3x8s. They're not quite 3 inches wide, so it's basically like a 2.5. That's what I need for the inside casing, and then I'll also need a piece for the top, right? Yeah, I use that for the top. Then I need the small boards too, so I don't have enough. I'm gonna need quite a few of these actually. I'm gonna need at least 3 more of these before I can even finish the trim around the window, which sucks, because I thought I did good when I bought all the wood, but I did not. I think it's because I changed the design. When I got home, I ended up changing my plan. That's where I messed up. Stick to your original plan.
Okay, the boards I'm adding on the inside window casing here are 1x3 boards. On the sliding glass door, I ended up having to use the 1x4s. So every window casing is going to be a little different, so make sure you measure. But I got my 1x3s in place, and now I'm outside. I'm going to work on the trim that's going to go at the top. Now, I do assemble this together down low, and then I put it up on the wall all at once. So what you're going to do is take a 1x4, 2 1x2s, a 1x3, and you're going to cut all those down to the same exact size. And then I'm going to show you how to assemble those to create like a craftsman style. So first off, you're going to take your 1x3, then you're going to put your 1x2 on the top here, right on the edge, kind of just creating an L shape, and you're going to nail that together. And then once that's done, you're going to flip it over and do the same thing with another 1x1. And then you're going to add your 1x3 flat on top of that. And it's going to give you this little shape. And you nail it together really well. You want to make sure you do this down low so that way everything is nice and secure before you actually put it on the wall. It'll be really hard to try and like assemble this up in the air, in my opinion. I think it's much easier to do it down here. So I got that done, and then I like to put this part up first. The reason I do this is because it covers the lip of the trim that I put around the inside casing, because I don't want you to see that lip, you know what I mean? So I put this up first, or after I do the inside casing, I then put this up, and then I take a measurement from the top of my trim down to the counter to get the height of the boards I need for either side. Now, originally, the plan was to use the 1x3, but I didn't like the way it looked, and I ended up switching it out for the 1x4, but I'm going to show you the whole process because that's part of projects. You just kind of got to learn as you go, and sometimes you'll think something will look good, and then you change your mind. Okay, so I like it. I just feel like the sideboards are a little thin, so I'm actually going to change them out for the 1x3s, so I'll show you the difference here. So it would be like that instead, which personally I feel like that might look better. It won't look so like thin and then thick, right? Tell me what y'all think. Absolutely. That looks so much better. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's the fridge there. I love it. Okay, so the last step is just to basically nail everything in place and make it like super solid, and then I will caulk everything and then paint. Honestly, I'm thinking about just keeping the trim white. I actually like the classic clean look of it, but then again, I don't know if I should paint it the same color as this because all the rest of my trim in my house is this color, and I think it would kind of tie it together while still keeping the cabinets white. I know a lot of you have asked why I haven't painted the cabinets. I just don't want to. I like the cabinets white. They're also, I don't know, I just like the cabinets white over here. I feel like it brightens this little corner up. So that's the only reason why I haven't done that. It is so windy outside. I don't know if y'all can see that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and nail this bad boy in place, and then I'm gonna take a break because clearly I'm not feeling the greatest. My nose is so stuffy and I just feel like ugh. So I'm gonna see if I have time. I'll caulk everything and then I'll give you guys like an overview before I paint. But if not, this is the overview you're getting. It just depends on how I feel in a couple minutes. So to nail up the boards, all I'm using is my 20 volt 18 gauge Craftsman battery operated nail gun. This thing is a game changer. This would make a great Christmas gift for any DIYer that you have in your family that is using a compressor all the time. This thing is great for projects like this. If you're doing trim work, quick, like easy DIYs, if you ever need brad nails, this right here is a game changer. So I'll link it below if you're interested. I've literally had this thing for years, and it actually stopped working for a long time, and I don't know what happened to it, but then randomly I decided to try it again and it worked. I was like, what the heck? Maybe it just told me I needed a break. But and I'm just using, I think like it's like 1.5 inch little nails, like nothing crazy. You don't need anything crazy. It's not like anybody's gonna be hanging from the trim. So I just do what I can just to get it secure, and then once I caulk and paint everything, it's not going anywhere. And I do put quite a few nails in, and I kind of pop them in at an angle so that way they kind of grip the drywall. That's the plan, because obviously when you're nailing trim up, you're not always going to hit like wood or studs or anything. So as you're nailing in your trim, always turn your nail gun kind of at a little bit of an angle, and then like nail it from this way and then nail it the opposite way on the other side. So it kind of gives like a grip, you know, onto the drywall. So here's just a quick reminder what it looked like before the trim, and now let me show you an overview of what it looks like now. So here's just a quick after of how it looks now. It looks so much better. I am obsessed. It looks so good. I cannot wait to get everything like all cleaned. But I am not feeling great, you guys. Like it just hit me like a ton of bricks again. So I'm actually going to go rest and try to get better. I don't want to overdo it and end up making myself worse. I can't afford that right now. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing this transformation. I will have links for everything down below, along with the description. Like, I'll have like a, you know, like a lineup of the wood and what you're gonna need. But really quick, while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and show you just one more time what the boards are. So this on the inside is a 1x3. This is a 1x4, and then I have a 1x1, which is the little lip, a 1x4, a 1x1, and then a 1x3 at the top, like laid flat. So that's like the lineup. Now obviously everybody's window casing is going to be a little different, so you might need a 1x3, you might need a 1x4, or a 1x6, just depending on the depth. Like this one here is a 1x4, so see, it's a little different, but what a difference that has made in here. I am just in love. It just looks so much more finished and put together. Now it's time to move on to backsplash, which I have figured out a solution, and I am so excited to share that with you guys. It's gonna look incredible. At least in my head it does. So let's just hope it actually looks good whenever I complete it. But yeah, I'm gonna go rest and hopefully get better. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.